and I will turn it over to Olivia.
Yeah, hi everyone. Welcome and thanks for coming to this workshop tonight. And thanks, Jenny, for your introductions. Yes, so my name is Olivia Weng, and tonight I will want to talk about how to get started with R with the help from ChatGPT to write code. And this workshop is designed to be like for R beginners. So if you think the content is like a little bit too basic, I hope you can still find the the way or how you can communicate effectively with ChatGPT to fulfill your needs when you're writing R code in your projects. So first of all, I assume a lot of people here knows what is ChatGPT, but first of all, what is ChatGPT? I wonder, I will ask ChatGPT itself to answer this question. So basically this whole code is from ChatGPT itself, that when I ask the exact same question, what is ChatGPT? It looks a lot, but basically a ChatGPT can understand and generate text in natural language, makes it useful for a wide range of applications, including answer question, generating text, providing explanation, and engaging in text-based conversation. So basically, ChatGPT is a generated AI to generate text, but later we also found that it's very helpful for generate code. Actually, ChatGPT is more useful when it generates Python code, but I think it's good enough as a R beginner to ask ChatGPT to generate R code too. That's what we are doing tonight. Before I actually start the tutorial, I want to list out two disclaimers. First, use of ChatGPT should follow the policy of the school, the instructor, or any relevant organization or your workplace. That means you should follow any integrity policy that your organization has. And secondly, ChatGPT may generate false, inaccurate information. I think OpenAI, which is the company that owns ChatGPT, developed ChatGPT, doing a slightly better job now to warning the user that ChatGPT might generate false and inaccurate information. But you as the user always need to check what is right and what is wrong regarding to the content that ChatGPT give you. I think it shouldn't be a big problem for generating R code, but when you use it to generate text or generating text, then you certainly need to think about this. So for tonight, I'm going to introduce the following text that that we are going to do in RStudio with the help of ChatGPT. I will first import the data into R and then do some descriptive statistic data exploration to see what's in our data set. And then we will do the cleaning and the data manipulation using the dplyr package. And then we will do a little bit on data visualization with the ggplot2 package. Lastly, we will wrap up with how to create some PowerPoint slide from RStudio. Because this is a workshop that designed for R beginner, so these two packages, the dplyr package and the ggplot2 package, might not be familiar to you. That's why I will introduce later. But first, this is the two data set that we are going to use from Kagos. So Kagos, it's a I think it's an online community for people to like upload their data set and upload their codes. It's more for people that use like machine learning, AI, deep learning, those kind of purpose. But they also have like very like simple data set that we are going to use for tonight's tutorial. That's why I select this two to use for tonight. One thing to keep in mind is because it's everything is uploaded by the user. I think it's a very useful community, but don't use the data set post on there for your research projects. Just use it for practice. So going back to the dplyr package that I mentioned earlier. What is it? It's a commonly used package for data management. And usually you those are the common function: mutate, select, filter, summarize, arrange. And I think the most important thing that you should know from this slide is they use a kind of like the structure called a pi operator to like do your step-by-step thing. You will see this pi operator, that percentage sign, larger sign, and then percentage sign again. You will see that very often in the tutorial later. But I just want you to know that this thing is called a pi operator, and it connects from step by step. And if you want to know more, because this is a very useful package, you want to know more, then you can go to this website, or you can just simply Google dplyr package, and this website should pop up for more detail for what exactly this package can do for you. And then the second one, it's called ggplot2 package. It's a commonly used package for data visualization, so making figures, plots, those kind of thing. And yeah, so it can do like scatter plot, bar chart, line chart, and more. Again, if you just Google like ggplot2 package, then you will see you will see this website. And as you notice, actually they both under the tidyverse Baker package, like here. So there's a big tidyverse family that has like bunch useful package, R package, that we commonly use in data analysis. So if you're interested, please go to those website to see what they can do for you. I will pause a little bit and see if anyone has questions. Okay.
I have a question actually.
Yes.
I never used the ChatGPT. Let's say if I try to learn R, and how do I need to use the editor, or we can get the code from ChatGPT? I mean, how the things will work? I'm trying to understand.
So exactly, this will be exactly the content of this tutorial tonight.
Okay.
You will see that ChatGPT can actually generate code for you. Of course, you need to do some modification, but yeah, I will show you. So
Sure, thank you.
Any other questions? Okay. So now we are in ChatGPT. So this is the interface. Of course, you need to do the login, like create your account and then login thing. But once you log in, this is the interface. So on the left side, left pane, it's the conversation that you ever have with ChatGPT before. And it I think it ordered by date.
I'm sorry, Olivia, we're still seeing your PowerPoint. We're not seeing ChatGPT.
Okay, let me reshare. Okay. do you see the website now?
Yes, thank you.
Thanks. Thanks for letting me know. So again, this is the interface of ChatGPT. It lives just on a regular web page, so you don't need to install or things like that. So on the left pane, it's the like I said before, are the check that the conversation that you ever did with ChatGPT before, and it ordered by date. And you can just like easily just like delete any of the check. And then you will have like a new page, like kind of like start over page. It would do the same thing if you click the new check here. Before I start asking ChatGPT questions, I would like to introduce a little function to you. It's on your left lower corner. Click on your username. There will pop up a thing called custom instruction. Click on it. So this new window will show up called custom instruction. So what is it? It's like you're telling ChatGPT who you are or what do you want. And once you have that, like you save it, see, like enable for new check. If you say, after you input things here, when you save it, from now on, any new check that you have that you have with ChatGPT will keep in mind what you type it here. So what are like the first question is, what would you like ChatGPT to know about you to provide better response? And when your mouse like your cursor click on it, it will give you some like dot stutters. It's basically like, where are you based? Like, what do you do for work? Those kind of thing. It looks a little bit weird. Like, what's your hobby and interest? It's because again, ChatGPT is like more for like text generation. So it assumes you to ask them like some like text conversation instead of like code like ask it to generate code. That's why we have like what's your hobby and interest, but it doesn't matter. So if I'm doing this, like I will say I am a first year, I'm making this up, MPH student who is studying R now, and I would like to actually no, I am new to data analysis, and I would like you to give me extra explanation of the article. So yeah, if that is true, then you will just like save it, and then from now on, any like R related question that you ask ChatGPT knows that, oh, I'm so new to R, so let me give extra explanations. But I'm not going to do this for my portfolio, but this is one thing that you can do. And then also the later part is, how would you like ChatGPT to respond? Like how long and short that the response should be, how formal. Like, for example, you can say that I would like your answer to be academic formal. Those kind of things that you can save it here. So for now, I would just like cancel out. But what I'm going to do, I still want our ChatGPT to like know a little bit about me. If you don't want to do it here in the custom instruction, you can do it in the beginning of the chat that you have with ChatGPT every time. So basically, I just copy and paste what I just said to in that like the custom instruction window to here. I still want ChatGPT to know that, oh, I'm so new to R, so please give me extra explanation. So, yep. So I've, of course, ChatGPT is like being very nice and said that certainly I'm happy to help. And you will notice that here, on your left side, the left side pane, now we have a new chat. And see, like, I didn't name the chat. I didn't name what is the content inside the chat. But ChatGPT actually like kind of like summarize. Even I just only have like 2 sentences that I told ChatGPT to do, and then give our conversation a theme name here. You can feel free to like rename it, whatever that you think you will remember. But for now, I will just keep it as like right now, as it is. So I think next step we will actually I already downloaded the data set. So as I mentioned earlier, this is Kaggle, and Kaggle has many data set that uploaded from like user across the globe, and they are usually a very big data set, but this one that I chose is like small. And also when you download the data set, usually they will give you like some context. The people that uploaded the data set will give you some context. What is it for, and like some source of this data set. But again, use it just for practice. Don't use it for your real research project. But I think one good thing here is before you actually download it, you already know what is inside your data set. So you have a city column, rank from 1 to 44, and then like some other columns that will be in your CSV data set. And then another same thing here, another data set called major city of the world. So here now I will open up my RStudio. Can you see my RStudio?
Yes.
Okay, great. So this, just in case if like someone that I never see RStudio before, this is like the interface or like the user setup of RStudio, and you will have like a source pane, and then a console pane, and then like environment and history, environment, and then like usually it construct with this 4 pane. And from here, I will need to create a new R Markdown file. So R Markdown file is basically a script that like you keep all your R code in, and then save it as like the RMD file. And then later when you need it, you will just open up that R Markdown file and then runs like step by step. And you can find more information like when you Google it. This is out of the scope of tonight's workshop. So I will say when I click like the file and then select new file and then select new R Markdown, this window will show up. So here I will say R Lady Workshop. And of course, feel free to name whatever that makes sense to you. And then click OK. Now that I have a new R Markdown file here, And I think our studio just giving you some like simple example and information for you, but I don't need those, so I'm going to delete that all. So yeah, so now that I have my R Studio ready, so let's start to ask ChatGPT questions. And like I said before, I will follow this order. So first I will need to import my data in, otherwise like what am I working on? Let's ask, because so actually the data, the file type, it's important because you will need to use different command to like import the data set. So because we already know it's a CSV, I will get as much information as possible to ChatGPT so that it can help me to generate the code that I need it exactly. So I will say that I have two CSV files that I need to import into R Studio to help me with it. So now it goes back to the question that we got earlier. How will ChatGPT generate code? Yes, this is the typical format that ChatGPT will generate code, not just R code. I think if you ask for Python code, it will also generate it like this. And also it has a useful function here. It's copy code. So basically like you just like, you don't, of course if you just need this line, you highlight it and then copy, but if you want the whole thing, then you can just simply click copy code here. And another thing that I want you to pay attention to, or information that it's good for you to know about, is this is the explanation that I asked for. Even though if I don't say that, oh, I want extra explanation, ChatGPT will still give you some explanation, but because I asked for extra, so it gives you like step-by-step explanation on exactly what does it mean. Like for example, like use this read CSV file function to read each CSV file into separate data frame, those kind of thing. So because of time tonight, I'm not going to like read like line by line of the explanation down below, but when you practice in when you practice using your own time, I highly recommend you to read through the explanation that ChatGPT give you, and even so you can like provide like further like question according to the their explanation if you still found some point that you feel confused about. For example, like I can ask ChatGPT, can you give me more explanation of like what does it mean for using read CSV? And what is the structure of like when I type read CSV? Those kind of things. ChatGPT can do it for you. So for now, I will just copy the whole chunk, go back to my R Studio, and then paste it. Oh, sorry about that. Before that, I actually need to start a new chunk. So by clicking this, insert a new chunk and then select select R, and then paste the content that I just copied it from ChatGPT. And one more group practice is always like provide as many notation to yourself as possible. And actually, it's not just for yourself. anyone who use this art markdown file later, they will be benefit from your comment too. So because I'm doing data import, so I will comment this. The following chunk is about data import. And ChatGPT did ask us to set our working directory, which is like, I do need to do that because I just like open up the new file thing, and RStudio doesn't know where all my like file comes from. But if, for example, I already have some like R markdown file created here, and it's saved with the same folder with the data set, which is this one and this one. Then in this case, if I directly open this like texting R markdown file, I don't need to set up my working directory. But for now, I do, because this is a brand new R markdown file. So I just being lazy to type my directory, so I will use one of the function that they have up here. Under section, set working directory, shows directory. And my directory is here. So now that it like generated the code for me and run it already, but I will copy this into my R markdown file, so that I will have this line, because everything in the console, like down here, this pane, will not be saved once you close up your RStudio section. But anything that inside your R markdown file and you did save it, then it will save it. So next time I don't need to do the section thing, and I don't need to type this whole line because I already saved it. So talking about save, let me save it before I lose the thing. So I will call okay, now in my folder here, my R markdown file, RMD file called R Lady Workshop, already saved it here. And that will be my working directory. So now we have the code. Because for now, ChatGPT doesn't know that what kind of data set that I'm like wanted to import. So it will just give you the placeholder called like data frame 1 and data frame 2. Of course, you do need to change that to something that makes sense to you. So I will change it as healthy city as my first data set name, and then I find that it's actually called Healthy Lifestyle City 2021. I will copy this and then place it here. Don't forget your extension is CSV. So this means I import this data set, Healthy Lifestyle City 2021, into RStudio called Healthy City. And then do the same thing for the second one. This I will call it for okay. Okay, I think that's it. I think I'm ready to run it. Okay, I didn't get any error message. And then also in your environment pane on your right side, now you see that, okay, I do have a data frame called Healthy City. Healthy City. And then the second data frame called World Cities, exactly what I name it for too. So now that I have this two data set loaded in our studio. So like I said before, I would like to give ChatGPT as many information as possible so that like it can better help me. So I said that, okay, I imported two dataset, one called one healthy city and another. You will see what's the benefit that I telling ChatGPT this, like the exact name of the data set. Later, I will come back to this. But it looks like I spend time, I need to type this whole sentence, but later it will potentially save you more time when ChatGPT generate the code for you. Yeah. So now that actually ChatGPT is very smart, it already predicted like what I wanted to do for my next step, because now that I have my data set, my next step is I want to explore, like see like what is in my data set and do some like descriptive statistic here. So if you are doing your practice in your own time, it's helpful, like you can just read through what ChatGPT suggested, but I will pretend that I didn't see that. I will pretend that I still go for my own plan. So I will say that I want to see the first 10 row of data. So now this is the benefit that you tell ChatGPT why I tell ChatGPT the dataset name. See, like here, it's no longer a placeholder. It's not like called data frame 1 or 2. Now it's exactly called what I name my dataset for. So so in this way, from now on, I don't need to change change back to healthy city from data frame 1. I can just like simply copy the code and then copy back to my R studio here. So because we are already in our next step, so I will remember to add a comment, add a notation so that I know, okay, I'm doing descriptive statistic now. So yeah, very straightforward. The head function, it's like the way, yeah, the head function, you can use the head function here. If you want to know more about head function, again, you can ask ChatGPT, but it's very straightforward. Give me the first 10 row, right? So I will do that and see what I got. So this is the healthy city data set. So I get a city column, rank column, like just exactly what we see before in the Kaggle page that we downloaded this data set. So one thing that I don't really like it here is look at the variable name. It's very long and also have the dot in between. It's because in our originally CSV dataset, the sunshine our city, like between that there's a space. So R doesn't line space within a variable name. So it automatically replaces it with a dot. Anyway, I just found like see this one, it's too long. I don't like it. And another thing is you will notice down here that actually this the R reads it as CHR, which stands for character. So it reads this column as the character, but actually it's number. It's the number of hours that city sees, like, has sunshine. So this is something wrong. So this is the step that you need to do during your data exploration step, is look at like what do you want to do in your data cleaning and data manipulation step. Like, okay, so now that I know two things. One is I don't like the variable name. They're too long. I want to rename them. And then secondly, it's actually most of the like this column, even though in our human eyes, it reads it as the percentage, but R actually reads it as a text. So it won't do any like computation function for us because it's a text. It's not a number. So we need to clean that up. So what I'm going to do is I want to confirm what is the data type of my of each column. So I will say that, how can I know the data type? Data type refer to like whether they're numerical or categorical or just character, those kind of things. How can I know the data type of my variables in the OPC set? Okay, it did introduce something. The structure of the data set. And of course, it always has like the explanation down there. And actually, I think ChatGPT this time introduced two ways that I can do. So this is one way, and then this is another way. So I think either way is fine to me, but I will choose the second one for now. Yep. So once I did that, yeah, it confirmed that like the number of hour, it's a character variable, which is not good. The cost is not good. And some of them, like they did like correctly like understand what is it, but another thing that I want to grab your attention is if I open up the data set by just clicking in the environmental pane, you will see that, yes, you will see that some of the cell, it's like this hyphen thing, like to represent NA, like that data is not available. This is from the original data set, from the original CSV data set. Of course, you can clean it there by like just delete that, like to make this cell actually empty. And then R will read it as NA. But for now, it doesn't, like R doesn't read it as NA. It reads it as like this, simple. So, but it's important to tell R, this is actually means NA. So that we get one more text that we need to do during our data cleaning step. So this is like the general practice that when you get a new data set, you always need to like look at it carefully, explore it in both the in R, or even before you import your data set into R. So now that I know what is my next step now, I have like multiple tasks that I need to do. So let me start a new code chunk and label it as data cleaning. Because before without cleaning, I cannot do anything with it. So, for demonstration purpose, I'm not going to use many I get like how many columns? I get 12 columns. I'm not going to use all of them. And it's normal, like in your like actual research project, sometimes you just don't need to use all the columns or variable. And by selecting only the one that you will use, that will save you some like space and computational power. That means like basically like your code runs faster. So I will do that. So my next question to ChatGPT will be, I want to select only certain columns of the city data set. And I will need to rename them because, like I said before, they're too long. I don't think it's like convenience to work on it. We rename them. Okay, so now that now ChatGPT, like, because it doesn't know what it's in my data set, so it has the placeholder A, B, and C, and then so the first line is again more explanation, but I'm not going to go through that. But basically the first line is like how you can select the certain column that you want, and then the second one is how you can rename them. So let me copy it back to our studio, and then of course I need to change it. So for tonight, I want to keep the city, the rank, and the cost of a water bottle. And there's another variable called average annual average hour worked. And finally, there's one called happiness level. So yeah, I have to spend some time to type it out, but it's city rank. Oh, actually, I need to. Yeah, I just rerun this line again because I remember, okay, they do show the whole name of my the variable name that I can just copy and paste. So I copy that. So this is the name for cost of a water bottle. And then I said I need the average, the annual average worked hours. Okay. Yes. And lastly, I want the happiness level. Okay, so I think I have city, rank, cost of bottled water, average worked hour, and happiness. Yes, so I think I have it all. So I will just I run this first. But again, I still want to keep it as the same dataset name. I just so that I will easier for me and makes sense to me. when I do the code later, I don't want to call my new data set a selected columns. So I will call it back to healthy city. So basically this, like the the second chunk will override what was originally in this healthy city data set. So let me run it and see it again. Yes, I only have five columns. I only have 5 columns because I asked R to only give me that 5 columns. And then the second step is I need to rename it because I already changed the placeholder dataset name. So I need to change it back to healthy city. And then the order of this, like X, Y, Z, it matters because it will just like give you, like, if you accidentally mess up, if you type happiness before the hour, the workday hour, it will like mess up the order of your variable. So follow the order here that you input earlier. So my first one is still called city. My second one is called rank. And then my third one is bottle water. Yeah, it's not much shorter, but at least it makes sense to me now. And then my fourth one is word it hours. Then last one is happiness. Hey, city run. I think it looks good, and I get rid of those like annoying duck, and like it. I think it's shorter to me now, so I will run this line and reopen up. Okay, now I have a data set that with the column name or the variable name that I like. Feel free to do what you like, but I prefer this compared to the previous version. So I think we finished step 1, and then going back to ChatGPT. Now that again, I will like to tell ChatGPT that I created those variable name, so that it will, like, when it generates the code later, it will automatically use the name that I already told it. So I said now my healthy city is that's 5 variables. Yeah, just give it the information. And of course it had it give me some suggestion, but I will ignore it for now and go for my next step. Remember earlier, like the data type is not correct. I need to change the character data type into numeric data type. So yeah, so actually the cost of water, the cost of a bottle of water is a character, which I wanted as a number. And then also the worked hour is the character column. And then I don't need to do anything for the happiness because it's already correctly recognized as a numeric. So I need to do with this too, the bottle water course and the worked hour. So I will say that my my variable, my what's that called? The bottle water cost variable. It's in a currency. And again, I'm just giving as much information that I have to to ChatGPT so that it can help me using the best way. And R read it as character. I want to change it in numeric variable. Okay, it did give me some like complicated answer, and the grab sub function, to use the grab sub function if they're numerical character such as currency symbol, which exactly what we have, remove them. So okay, good, perfect. So yeah, because I know that we do have a currency thing in the beginning. So let me copy that code. That's why I want to give as many information to ChatGPT as possible, so that it already think ahead, like, so what would be the possible solution for that. Paste. Check the unit value. I don't really think that we need that step, but we definitely need to remove the currency symbol, and then convert the rest part into numeric. So I run that. Okay, perfect. Now that I also know it changed it to numerical number, because when I mouse over it, it shows column 3 numerical with like range of whatever. So perfect. One more thing done. And then I also need to change this worded hour into numeric. But again, going back, like you see this symbol it should represent an A. However, R doesn't understand this thing for now. So again, I will give ChatGPT as many information as possible. So I will set I worked it hours variable has some NAs. NA means missing. But now it represents us this symbol. I want to change it to NAs and convert my variable to numeric. So even though I tell ChatGPT a lot of information, but like actually the statement is not that long. So let's see. Okay, so it tells me first how to replace the symbol with NA, and then the second step, change it as numeric. So I will copy code, and then start new trunk. Is it? Okay, I think it looks good. it runs. And now, okay, first it changed it to numeric. That's good. And see, like I have those things become NA now, become missing. Now that R will know how to deal with the NA, it understand it means missing. So lastly of this step, the data cleaning step is I don't like that many NAs because the all other column, they're pretty complete. I know from your statistical class or there are multiple practice that how you handle NAs or missings. But for now, that's not the purpose of this tutorial. But I will just show you how show you one way that you can handle with missing. So I will say that I want to replace the missing value or NAs in worded hours with the mean value. This is just one way that you can handle it, but but you can replace it with median or whatever thing. Okay, so I think I copy that. So it's basically first calculate what is the mean of the non-missing value and then replace it. So now so now I have a complete data set. That it's good. I think that is it for the data cleaning. Now I'm pretty satisfied with my new data set that I'm ready to do some data manipulation on it. But let me pause and see if anyone has any questions. Okay, so my next step is actually I already did the data cleaning, so I will just do the data manipulation. Because earlier when as I mentioned, the dplyr package is a very useful, powerful package that you should learn. It's just very useful to use. So from now on, I will tell ChatGPT because I want to practice. I want to learn what is how dplyr can be used. So I will tell ChatGPT that from or for the following tests, please use the dplyr package so that ChatGPT won't give you multiple options that you can try. And once you get comfortable with the dplyr package, then feel free to explore to other package. So I will do that. Yeah, of course, ChatGPT is very nice and trying to think that what might be some test that I wanted to achieve and give the suggestion, but I'm going to ignore it for now. So now we go to we haven't even touched what is in the word city dataset. It's basically I have a name column, which is the name of the cities, and then the where the country that city belongs to, and then those kind of things, those kind of information. But basically, it's for my healthy city data set. I only have the city name. I want to know. Okay, I want to know exactly where is that city belongs in which country, and that's why I wanted to have a join procedure on that. So in order to do that, before that, I noticed in the healthy city data set, the city name is called city. But in the world city data set, the city name is called name. So there's no common column that they can join together. So I have to tell ChatGPT that in my world city data set, I want to change the column name of the name to city, so that I will have the a column that is like with the common name. Okay, so first I need to do the library to load the dplyr package into my RStudio, and then second, like this is the way that how you rename something using the dplyr package. We did the renaming column thing earlier, but that wasn't using the dplyr package. This is the dplyr package structure, and notice that like the pi operator is here now. So I will go back here and then do this. Okay, so I think, okay, I have a city. So now that I want to add the country name into my healthy city dataset. So I will say that there's actually before that, I already know that I want to have a left join. And left join, full join, right join, it's a very common function that when people do to combine two data sets together. I won't spend time here for now to introduce what is, actually, let me see, what is left join? But it's certainly helpful if you know what is left join, right join, full join, those inner join, outer join, those kind of like the concepts. So I think ChatGPT is very helpful, like give us some like example that you can practice on. But basically left join is there's a data set here and then another data set join it there to only keep the original, the full record of the original data set. Yeah, so let me see. So next step I will ask, I want to left join the world city data set to the healthy city data set by the column, because we already have that, like the column with the common name city, by the column of city. Okay. Okay, so because we already load the library, so I will just copy the second line back here, then here, And I still want my data set as the data set that I mainly use as the healthy city. So basically it's like you see like this is like one data set in the left, and then this is another data set. When you do left join, is this word city data set joined it to the healthy city data set, which keep the healthy city data set the full record. But yeah, so by it's like by the column, the common column that we created. So if I run this, I know it's going to be a problem. The reason is, but actually let me just copy the error message, because another useful way to use ChatGPT to help you with R code is actually ChatGPT know bunch of error message. So if I say that I got this error message. Yeah. So ChatGPT like trying to explain why to troubleshoot this, like you should check the column name of the both data set to ensure they match. So because you need to have an exact match of the name of the column in the by statement. And ChatGPT also give you some like possible way to fix it. And one of the question being like, maybe like R is case sensitive. So maybe you do it like one a city with the lowercase and then one a city with the uppercase, which is the case of this problem, because I did it purposely earlier. I do know that when I changed the name, I did it as the lowercase city, while my healthy city data set is uppercase city. So when you get into like some trouble, or you need to troubleshoot, ChatGPT can also help you too. So in order to fix that, I will change that to remember, now we only have the city as the column name. We don't have the name as the column name. So this way I need to change it as the city, capital C, and then here as the city. And then I also need to change this to the capital C. So let's rerun the whole thing. Oh, okay. Okay, so even though it says some like warning message, it did its job. So now in my healthy city dataset, Amsterdam, it's belong to not Nathan, but somehow I don't know why the second Amsterdam it's belong to United States. Yeah, but actually I think it's some problem of matching of the original data set, that maybe there's like a Amsterdam in United States, also called Amsterdam. So I'm not too concerned about that, but this is just an example that I want to show you that you can use ChatGPT to do the merge thing, to do the left join, right join thing, and how you can encounter with the error message that ChatGPT can also help you with. And so because of time, I think I will move on. The next thing that I want to do is in our data set that all of them are numeric. And I do want to create a categorical variable. So what I wanted to do is for the happiness level, I want to do a medium split, and then like split into like according to the median value being split into two groups. One is more happy group, and then the second one is the less happy group. So let me ask ChatGPT to do it. And want to do a median of the happiness level variable as one group is more happy and the one is less happy. Okay, so I will just copy the code back to R. I don't really need the library statement again. Because yeah, it still assume that my the previous step that I did, the newly generated data set called result, which is not, so I need to change it. City. So, yep, it will do the median spread for me. Okay, happiness group. Yep. So you see, like I have like the more happy group and the less happy group. Okay, so I think that it's for like the end of my like presentation for the data manipulation. And is there any questions? Okay, so last but not lastly, actually, I am going to do the next step. It's the data visualization. Sorry, a little bit messy about all the windows. So again, ggplot2 is the very useful, commonly used data visualization R package. And it can do many things, but in order for ChatGPT to help you to come up with the graph or the figure that you wanted to do, first, you do need to determine by yourself what kind of graph that you're looking for. So, for example, I am interested in box plot because I know that my bottled water cost column variable, it's a numeric variable. So I will ask ChatGPT. And again, for the following, because I want to learn how to use ggplot2 package. So I don't want ChatGPT to give me too many options to practice. So I would say that for the following test, I want to use ggplot2 package. And then, of course, ChatGPT will be kind. I will think that, yeah, it will give me like some suggestion what a common test that the ggplot2 can be used for. But I already know I want to have make a box of the water, bottle, water. Variable. Okay, well, because I never told ChatGPT that I already changed it. The name is still Healthy City, so it still assumed that I used the result after the lab join. So I would say that I use the data set. Oh, Healthy City instead. Results. It will, I think it will basically just regenerate what I want for the box plot. And but replacing the name, the dataset name as the Healthy City. So I will copy that, go back to my R Studio, and then yeah, let's see what it. Okay, so not bad. Like, I think this is how a standard box plot will look like. And of course, you can make a better name for the title, and then you can modify what's in the X and Y axis. That I'm not going to do it now, but like here, like in ChatGPT already told you that like what kind of like things that you can modify, and what does it mean, like the geom box plot is the function name to create the box plot under the ggplot2 package. So those kind of things. So again, the explanation, I think it's helpful. So for now, I will move on to create, let's create another one that because like earlier I created categorical variable that I haven't used yet, which is called the happiness group. So I want to use that. So I want to say that I want to create a bar. This time I want a bar chart. Again, before you add ChatGPT, you do need to know what kind of graph that figure that you wanted to make of the work, the hours by happiness. Okay, good. And it has a lot of options, but again, when you read the what's in the explanation, it should give you some clarification and get your question answered. But because of time, I'm not going to read the explanation, but let me just plot it out and see. I don't know why it still assume as result, so let's change back. Okay, so looks like everything is good. Yeah, great. So ChatGPT can help us to make like graph by groups, and of course all those things that you can change the color if you don't like the color, if you don't like the title, if you want to add a label of what exact number of that bar, you can certainly ask ChatGPT to do it. So, and also like you can ask like, is there any suggestion for like, for example, for colorblind friendly patterns, those kind of things. you can do that. So that is how to use the ggplot2 package. And then lastly will be, how about if I want to present some of the figure or some of the result that I generated earlier to a PowerPoint slide. And even how can I use that function to have some like pre-made, using some pre-made template, PowerPoint template. So for example, the PowerPoint slide that I made, I did make this like manually. I didn't make this using R, but this is the template that I use, my school template. So can I do that? So let's see how ChatGPT can help us. So I would say I want to make a PowerPoint slide deck contains. Yeah, let's not make it too complicated for now. I want to make a PowerPoint slide deck from R. How can I do that? PowerPoint slide deck R using my own template. Okay, so so now ChatGPT suggested me to use something called the officer package, and are the steps like that I can do. So let me try if that work. Okay, so high template, but I will run it first. Okay, so here is the error message. Error that cannot find a function called ph with text. I'm also new to this package too. So let me do it. Let me copy it and ask ChatGPT. I got this. Yep. Yep. So ChatGPT, it's actually like very nice and say that I apologize for the confusion. And so it provides some like suggestion for correction, those kind of things. So let me just copy the part that I ran into error message. Replace the part here, paste, and see if that runs. No, cannot find a function of PA text. and earlier it was like cannot find a function of pH with text. So actually, I do know what is the problem here. When I like practice on this tutorial on my own time. The question is, ChatGPT 3.5 here shows here, which is the free version that we are using right now. It has the data collection up to year 2021. So by the end of year 2021. And from then on, because R is the open source software, and everyone globally can contribute to it. So the author of the Office R package, they already changed their code. They removed the pH with text function and then replace it with just pH with. So this is an example that I'm not trying to teach you how to use like Office R, but I want to grab your attention that ChatGPT, first, ChatGPT can produce like false, inaccurate information. And then second, ChatGPT, most of the information is still up to date. But in the context of this, that we're like using an open source software that like the author can change things like basically every day or like every hours, the information might not be up to date. So when you hit into like a situation like this, I would say you do need to triangulate your information. Like what ChatGPT presented to you is not always right. So in this case, I will just like go to Google and then search for the R package called Office R, and then see their like description, from the author, from the creator, saying that, oh, how you can use the Office R to do things. So yeah, so not very helpful exactly in the sense of like creating the PowerPoint slide, but I think this is a very good example that when you use ChatGPT, this is the things that you need to pay attention or keep that in mind. So with that, this concludes my tutorial tonight, and I'm welcome for any questions. Oh, sorry. And actually, I do have one more message that I think I mentioned it multiple times during the tutorial. Is one take-home message is, you as the human, you need to make the decision. So not just the last example about ChatGPT information, it's outdated, but also in the earlier section, like what kind of graph that you figure that you wanted to make, you need to know. According to use your statistical knowledge, you need to know that, okay, for continuous variable, I can make a box plot or whatever. For categorical variable, I can make another graph or bar chart, something like that. You need to make the decision. You shouldn't like solely rely on ChatGPT. ChatGPT, it's a useful tool, but it's just a tool. I think as human, you need to like think about it, and not talking about, not even mention about the integrity thing, those kind of like the policy that you should follow of your organization, those kind of things. So yes, like this time, yeah, this the end of my tutorial. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Thank you, Olivia. That was great. I love the setup in the beginning, and there were a couple of suggestions in the chat, like if you have some specific colors that you like, you can maybe put them in your setup, and then maybe ChatGPT that would then give you code with those colors or fonts or something in it. So I don't have any questions for you, but maybe others do before we lose your expertise and let you have your evening back. You do have some applause and some thank yous in the chat. We had one question earlier, I think from Marilyn, who asked for somebody who's just learning R, do you recommend that they learn it through ChatGPT or learn it outside of ChatGPT first?
So I will assume someone that's starting to learn R should have already have like some basic statistical knowledge. So if in that sense, then like what I mean statistical knowledge is like you understand what is like the mean, median, average, like you know different data type, those kind of thing. So if you already have that sense, I think it's totally fine to like learn it with like ChatGPT. And also like the last part, triangulate your information with Google. Google is your friend. And but if you're someone that like so new to like just brand new to like statistical analysis, data analysis, I would suggest that maybe you do need to like I don't maybe not a formal course, but like maybe a online tutorial workshop like Coursera, those kind of thing, to get your like give you some sense of like what is statistic and what kind of thing that you can do with like statistic, and then go to use ChatGPT to generate code.
Yeah, we have an introduction to R on our YouTube, Mary is reminding. So if you haven't used R too much, you could try that as your first step and then use ChatGPT. I think that's a great suggestion. You want to, ChatGPT is not going to necessarily give you which statistical test you need to do and all the assumption checkings and everything. So anybody else? I've got a bunch of people thanking you for the great information in the chat. So good. Okay, well, I will add my thanks to everyone else's, and you all can expect to find this on our YouTube page in the next couple days. Thank you so much for coming tonight, and we will have another set of talks in the spring. So we'll see you after the new year. Thanks again, Olivia.